What if everything you've ever been told about motivation is a lie? Seriously, we're taught to wait for it, to expect this spark of inspiration to strike like lightning before we can do anything meaningful. We tell ourselves, I'll start when I finally feel motivated. But what if the most successful people on the planet don't wait for motivation? What if they manufacture it on demand? This isn't hype. It's a repeatable system that completely flips the idea of motivation on its head. I'll have more energy then. That tomorrow turns into next week, then next month, until the goal is just a distant, dusty dream. We treat it like this magic ticket we need just to get into the stadium. This one belief keeps millions of people stuck, waiting for a feeling that might not ever show up. We start thinking that high achievers were just born with something we weren't, like they have some secret motivation battery. Today, I am going to show you the psychological principle the top 1% use to generate limitless motivation for any goal they choose. The engine doesn't warm up, and then you turn the key. You turn the key, and that action is what warms up the engine. Your motivation works the exact same way. You don't need to feel motivated to act, but you do need to act to feel motivated. How many times have you set a big goal, like starting a business, getting into the best shape of your life, writing a book, only to tell yourself, I'll get to it tomorrow? The biggest thing that stops us from starting is that we see the entire mountain we have to climb. Instead of obsessing over the 20 pounds you want to lose, focus on tracking the number of workouts you've actually done. Asterisk, don't wait until you've hit the massive goal to feel good about it. The second you finish your tiny action, you need to consciously praise yourself for the effort. Tell yourself, I did it. I showed up today. High achievers focus on the only things they can truly control: their actions and their effort. They know that consistency will always beat intensity. They know that success is their responsibility, not something left to luck or circumstance. Stop waiting for motivation to show up at your door. It's not coming. Instead, go out and create it yourself. This is the core difference. While most people are waiting to feel good to get started, the successful are getting started in order to feel good. It isn't about one heroic, all-night work session. It's about having the discipline to take that tiny 2-minute action every single day, especially on the days you don't feel like it. You have the ability to manufacture it on demand for any goal you have, starting this very moment. The power isn't in some feeling you have to wait for. It's in the next smallest step you can take. That internal recognition is its own dopamine hit, strengthening the habit. You're literally training your brain to understand that the effort itself is the reward. Get a calendar and put a big X on every single day you complete your tiny action. It's a small action, but it tells the YouTube algorithm that this video is valuable and helps us get it in front of more people who might be stuck in that motivation trap. That chain of X's becomes visual proof that you're the kind of person who shows up. It builds momentum and reinforces your new identity. So, forget the mountain. Focus on one single pebble. The idea is to make the first step so easy, you can't possibly say no. You want to start working out. Your goal isn't to survive an hour at the gym. Your goal is just to put on your workout clothes. That's it. That's the win. Want to write a book? Don't stress about the first chapter. Just open the document and write one single sentence. This tiny start blasts through your initial resistance and kicks off that dopamine loop. This is the motivation trap. It's the mistaken belief that motivation has to come before you take action. But that's a myth. They don't have a magic battery. They just have a different operating system. Here's the secret. They all understand action precedes motivation, specifically in a neurotransmitter. You've probably heard of dopamine. Every time you complete a task, even a tiny one, your brain releases a little bit of dopamine. That hit feels good, and it acts as a reward, reinforcing the very behavior that caused it. This creates a powerful feedback loop. A small action leads to a chemical reward, which creates real motivation, which then makes you want to take more action. Hear that again. Motivation is not the cause of action. It is the result of it. Think of it like starting a car on a freezing cold morning. This isn't just a nice little saying. It's grounded in brain science. The top 1% don't stare at the finish line. They just focus on getting this loop started. So, how do you actually build this motivation engine in your own life? It breaks down into 3 simple steps. Asterisk, asterisk. Our brains love seeing proof that we're making progress. First, shrink the action. Second, track your actions, not your results. Third, reward the effort, not the outcome. If you're finding this shift in thinking helpful, take a second to hit that like button. This system is the engine behind what psychologists call grit or a growth mindset. They aren't driven by a fleeting feeling. They are driven by a reason, a motive. What's the one tiny thing you can do right now to get your engine started? The secret to limitless motivation isn't really a secret at all. It's a fundamental shift in how you see the world. Motivation isn't a prerequisite. It's a byproduct. It's the prize you get just for showing up. So, ask yourself, what's your 2-minute action?